Welcome back to my channel. Friends, today we are going to learn about how a virtual machine is getting internet connection even if we do not assign any single public IP address on NIC interface card of a virtual machine that is deployed in cloud environment. So, as Microsoft claims, like Microsoft or any other cloud environment, cloud providers can give us or can provide us infrastructure as a service. So, if technically, if we think about like how a virtual machine or how a server can have internet connection, even if we do not have a public IP address assigned on it. But still, if we look at the connectivity and if we test a connectivity from virtual machine on Azure, we can see Azure provides by default internet connection to all the virtual machine that is deployed in a vnet until we do not explicitly deny outbound traffic towards the internet. So here we are going to learn how Azure provides internet connection. So let's first know about how virtual machine provides internet connection. So if we look at here, this is known as vnet that I have created. I have deployed on vnet on Azure Cloud. Azure Cloud. That there we have an option to create subnets, and then we can create one more subnets. In both the subnets, we created four VMs, one VM 1, 2, and 3 and 4 in different subnets. So, but still, if we hit any ping request on Google.com, we will be getting ping response. We will be getting ping response from the internet. So technically, we do not have any public IP address sign only. We just deployed this VNet in a certain region. So this is how, like, if a virtual machine, let's suppose this VM1 initiates a traffic. Here we will have one NSG applied on NIC interface card. If we have assigned any network security group there, and the second network security group can be assigned on a subnet level as well. This is subnet 1. Similarly, here you can also see, like, if you have assigned a NIC interface card NSG on NIC interface card, there we have one NSG, and secondary we will have two second network interface NSG group, network security group, that will be on subnet. So it has to allow all the outbound internet connection towards the internet, and by default, if you allow outbound connection towards the internet, then definitely these VMs will have internet connection by default. So today we are going to learn how Azure made it possible to provide internet connection. So now one more question, like, if we do not have any public IP address assigned on any VM, how would I take access to these VMs to initiate traffic or to test ping response? So we Azure provides two methods to access virtual machine. One is your bastion service that you can create in a VNet, and second one is your serial console. So using serial console, you can also access your virtual machine even if you do not have public IP address, okay, assigned on any VM. All right. So these are the methods we can access a virtual machine to check the connectivity. So now let's move to the technical things, how Azure provides internet connection. So before we move to the know to so before we move to know how Azure provides internet connection, we must know our on-premise or our home network gets internet connection or internet connectivity with our laptop or mobile phones that is connected through the router. So let's suppose if this is a machine A, machine B, and machine C, and this is here we have subnet one, and this is one subnet 2, and we can say like both these two are network 1, and network 2. Okay, network 1 and network 2, both we can say. So we can consider is network 1 and network 2 as well. So if we so what happens, we have to first get in touch with the ISP to like ISP like Geo, Airtel, AT&T. Okay, these are the ISPs that we can use, or we can also have Tata Communication that gives us the service ISP services to us. Okay, so we have to reach out to them. They reach out to them, and they will give a public IP address, connect to public IP address that can be static, or that can be a dynamic as well. Okay, so let's suppose if we use a shared internet connection, then it will give us the dynamic, or if we do not need to, we need dedicated connection, internet connectivity for high ability, it will give us the static IP addresses. Okay, so static IP addresses, in that case, if, we have to deploy a router, and we have to terminate this ISP connection in our router WAN interface, and these are the local LAN interfaces of the router. There we have created two subnets and two switches. We have associated multiple system with the ones with some different networks, or with the different switches. Okay, so let's suppose if any system wants to go, if any system wants to, or any machine wants to connect with internet connection, how would it reach, or how will it connect with the internet, that is, let's suppose we consider is as a google.com. Okay, so what happen if we have this, let's suppose if watch a machine B wants to connect with internet, it has to first initiate a ping response or any TNC command on PowerShell, or to reach to the google.com. Okay, so what happened, it will first send a packet to its own local switch, that will send all the packets received to its gateway, local LAN network gateway, and this local LAN network gateway request to our router to get an interface where to route, because it can be, if we send any traffic from a virtual machine, it can be moved to to another local interface that is here, or it can be another WAN interface that is here. So how router will define, it will request a router to give me a route, how where to go, where not to go. Okay, so what it happen, it will request, and then router will look forward on the routing table, and it is in this routing table we have multiple routes, 1, 2, and 3. Here in this case, if we say like 3, the first one is 0 of 0.0.0.0, because it's an internet connection. So what it will do, it may have, this router may have a route towards the WAN interface, So what it will do, it will forward this request to the WAN interface here, and this WAN interface will then forward the request to the Google to reach out to this. Accordingly, this Google will respond back to the same virtual machine, following the same path that has been followed by the request from the VM. If we check the public IP address that these virtual machines, or these machines, on-prem machines, that are getting on the request that we initiate, what is my IP address? Okay, what is my IP address? If we initiate this, what is my IP address? We will be getting public IP address, as public IP address that we have assigned here on this WAN interface to the console, or to the request of this. Maybe it is a dynamic if you are using a shared internet connectivity. So this is something like, this is a physical this router is a physical device that is deployed in certain country, in any country, or in any state, or in any region, like Delhi, or inside Delhi, there we can see is um, Chandni Chowk, Chandni Chowk. So in Chandni Chowk, we will look forward how many ISPs are providing services. Then we will reach out to them and then ask them to provide internet connectivity and the internet connectivity, and they will give us the services like static or dynamic IP as per your requirement, whatever you want. So this is how our on-prem on-prem network works for in case of internet connectivity. So let's move how Azure is providing connectivity if we do not have any public IP address or any ISP assigned on a virtual machine. Okay, so here I have created one demo, or we can say prototype of virtual networks and the VMs that we deploy here. So whenever we need to deploy a virtual network, we need to create few things like VNet name, and we must have to create resource group, and we have to select a region where we want to deploy all my resources. Okay, these region can be East US or Central India. Like here, we have created or we have deployed our resources, and based on this Central India, we will be getting public IP address. So what's happening here is like here, if you look at this here, this prototype, like this is a region that is nothing but Central India, and this is a VNet. And in this VNet, you can see here these are the two subnets. And if we compare these two subnets are connected with this virtual machine. Since it is a cloud environment, so it's not a physical switch; it is a virtual switch that we can say. A virtual switch has integrity with has inter ha, a virtual switch has interconnection or with a router, and this router has ISP connectivity with the service or wherever the location the Azure is deploying, or Azure has deployed all the resources for their customer. So let's say Azure has Tata and Geo as a service provider, internet service provider, or a lease line connectivity, or it may have multiple routers for high availability, like AT. Another ISP is AT&T. Okay, so these are the routers. So if we compare our Azure environment that we have deployed on a cloud, and if we, with our on-prem connectivity, we do not find any difference here between these to get internet connection. So this is how the internet connectivity is being provided by the Azure. So what will happen here is this virtual machine generate a traffic for google.com. It will go to the virtual switch, and this virtual switch has a connectivity with our with our router or regional router. So this router will be giving a public IP address to the virtual machine that are deployed in the same virtual network. So if I ask you to check the what is my IP address of all these four VMs, we will be getting all the same public IP address on the virtual machines. This is the only reason because this virtual machine is deployed in a specific virtual machine is deployed in a specific region. Okay, so let's suppose if these VMs or these VNets are deployed in East US, so what would happen in that case? It will be having a different public IP address. Okay, so we can say like there is nothing more difference in cloud and in the our on-prem network. It is all of them are same. This is the reason I'm creating a video for you all to know networking cannot be different. If we It doesn't matter whatever the platform we are using, on cloud, on system, host, or our on-prem as well, it will only follow the protocol on which it works. So what if case if these virtual machine doesn't have assign it What if in what if these virtual machine assign is dedicated public IP address on the virtual machine? If these virtual machine has their own dedicated public IP address, then these VMs will be able to reach out to the internet through their own IP address that will be assigned on the NIC interface card, having the public IP addresses, and these virtual machine can be reached to the different public IP address from internet to the Azure environment. This is how Azure provides internet connection even if we do not assign a single public IP address on a NIC interface card, but still it gets outbound internet connectivity for all the VMs that we deploy in a VNet. This is not limited to this VM. It applies on all the virtual networks that is deployed in a Azure environment. All we need to do is we do not need to create any explicit NSG rule, network security rule, that can be assigned on network interface call here, or that can be assigned on subnet level as well. We do not need to create deny rule for all the outbound internet connection on the VNet. So in our next video, you will learn how Azure virtual network peering works, and it exchanges data to all the subnets, or all the subnets and the resources that is deployed inside the VNet. Till then, I request you to please watch my previous video and subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you never miss my upcoming videos. Till then, grab the knowledge, apply the knowledge, and enjoy your life.